Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8, and we're in downtown Frederickstead for the Memorial Day. And these are the top stories we're working on today. There was a homicide on St. John, a shooting in St. Croix, and we'll bring you your Memorial Day highlights that you won't forget in downtown Frederickstead. Details on these stories and more coming up next on News Channel 8. Good evening, and in our top story tonight, we are in downtown Frederickstead, but we want to get right to the Crime Blotter Report. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small, who got an exclusive with Chief Oakland Benta.
Let's start with the Crime Blotter over the weekend, sir. We have had some business for you guys, VIPD. Let's start with the shooting that happened in the Frederickstead area, where we did have a man who was wounded. But we also understand that he was out on bail. We believe. And again, questions are going to be going to the AG's office and the judges. But now this incident, we believe, did happen over the weekend.
Yes, it happened in the Concordia Manor area close to Alexander Henderson School, where an individual who was presently in house arrest was at home, and apparently some individuals drove by and fired shots at him, grazed him in the leg. However, that brings to the forefront where judges of the Superior Court began to look at things in a different fashion. Whether it's known that he was at home or not, whether there was an altercation or not, whether or not he may have been involved in something else while he's out on bail or not, we don't know. However, those individuals who fired shots at his residence, those shots continued over to the Concordia Manor in some instances where there were people in their apartments. I can assure you that they will be picked up.
Also now, sir, we want to talk around the Lorraine Village area where we have the bar across the street from Lorraine Village, and that was robbed. In custody, we have Deshawnee Watts and Andre Augustus. I believe they're both 18 years old from the Mutual Homes in Grove area.
Correct. I must say that despite what a lot of people say about Grove Place, that the members of the community of Grove Place have stepped up again. Within 10 minutes of the robbery at a bar that's right across from Lorraine Village, officers who were in the immediate area were able to apprehend both male individuals with a firearm with an obliterated serial number that goes into other charges that will be applicable. For those young men who were picked up on this robbery, robbery in the first degree carries no more than 20 years of imprisonment. Those individuals who were actually partaking in the activities at the bar were several as well. And those individuals, talking about robbery in the first degree, will be charged with 6, 7, or 8 counts. That means that you'll actually multiply 20 by 4, 5, 6, and it tells you how many years we're talking about of incarceration. Then we go into the unlicensed firearm and committing the crime with a dangerous weapon, which is the firearm. And then how much money did they take from these individuals, all their belongings, jewelry, etc.? And what's the value? If it's over $100, we're talking some significant years.
Now we're going to move out of your jurisdiction, but sad news to report in St. John, as we had someone who was beaten outside of a nightclub. Then he drove himself to the Myra Keating Clinic, and he was found dead, unresponsive in the parking lot. Also in St. John, another individual was beaten until he fell into unconsciousness as well. They're looking for that individual. If you know anything about that, you should call 911, or you should call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS, 1-800-222-8477. And now we want to go back here, Chief. Sad news to report in the Watergut area, as a young man who has been known to exercise his horse in the waters and the beaches area, he drowned, Chief, over the weekend. I know it's still early, but any information on that?
No, this time not right now, Wes. We are working with the family. We have our victim advocates who are actually assisting the family in time of need at this point. Unfortunately, everyone knows this young man, knows that he loves his horses, knows that he's into horse racing, and I think that the environment in which he surrounds himself of the racetrack, that is, and those individuals who know him well came out in many numbers in trying to find comfort and relief as to what might have happened and what may have transpired.
Here with Chief Benta. That's the Crime Blotter Report and a whole lot more. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Unfortunately, we have to break away from the Memorial Day highlights. We've just been called to the scene of a grisly sequence of events here on Zion Hill, where we believe there was an apparent suicide as well as a murder. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small. Let's get right there.
Thank you, Jerome. Unbelievable news to report. Just a few seconds ago, Chief Benta and I were at the Memorial Day celebration talking about a rash of suicides that has just influxed the Virgin Islands. And lo and behold, I'm here now with Deputy Chief Howell, where we have some very disturbing news to report up here in Zion Hill.
Good afternoon, Wes. Today, police officers responded to a possible crime scene here in Estate Rattan. Upon arriving at this location, they found the lifeless body of a young female, approximately in her 20s. At the time they secured the crime scene, forensics unit and units of the Virgin Islands Investigation Bureau were called to the scene. Initially, an APB was put out for this young woman's boyfriend, and shortly after the APB was released, a vehicle belonging to this young man was located approximately 1,000 feet up the hill from the house. The boyfriend was found in this vehicle. Again, body lifeless. Apparently, a self-inflicted gunshot wound took his life. We're treating each crime scene separately and making sure to follow all leads, conduct all necessary interviews. Preliminary, it appears to be a murder-suicide, but we will continue to investigate this with all the assets that the Virgin Islands Police Department has.
Up here in Zion Hill, unbelievable news on Memorial Day with Deputy Chief Howell. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And of course, we are in downtown Frederickstead, memorializing the fallen heroes of our territory and in the nation who gave their life for the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. And we caught up with John DeYoung, our governor, at the bandstand and other dignitaries. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small with an exclusive interview.
What does this Memorial Day celebration mean to you, Governor?
Well, what it means more than anything is a chance for us to reflect on those that made sure that today the freedoms that we have and what they gave up for it. And specifically with respect to here in the Virgin Islands, it gives us a chance to honor those veterans and those that passed and to pay homage and to pay to their memory, and at the same time to recognize their families and the sacrifice that they made on our behalf, and to think of our young men and women today. So it really comes a full circle from those that have left us to those that are with us today, and a chance to commemorate. And today, to see that as much of the community is out here today in Frederickstead, I think is really heartwarming. It really shows that the patriotism and the feeling is really alive and well with us.
Delegate, what does this mean for you in our territory Memorial Day?
Well, we've lost so many of our young people lately that it becomes a very personal day for people at the Virgin Islands. And so while Memorial Day, we've always gathered to remember and pay honor to those who gave their lives in sacrifice, and thank those who were willing to do it. Knowing that we have lost some of our own in the recent conflict makes it even more personal for us.
What does this mean to you?
This is a very special day for me. This gives me time to come out and honor those that have fallen and those that have served in all the services, all through the wars and the conflicts. Those that made the ultimate sacrifice, I like to take, especially those that I served with in Vietnam. I like to say a good day to all the families of all of those that have fallen. It is one particular day of honor and of service to all. Their sacrifice was a great one, and we really appreciate all they've done for us, because we are right now living free because of their sacrifices.
Thanks, Wes. And we have more Memorial Day highlights from Frederickstead. Stay with us on News Channel 8.